Vox has an absolutely incredible article about alcohol prohibition and how the government was way more nefarious than even its harshest critics could have guessed on the issue of alcohol prohibition. They say, quote, in 1926, the federal government increased the amount of methanol, a poisonous alcohol-based substance required in industrial alcohols, which people at the time used to make bootleg liquor. Faced with the ongoing failure of prohibition, the increase was intended to discourage people from drinking. So do you understand what that means? They poisoned the alcohol to try to stop people from drinking. That's unbelievable. Quote, they put all kinds of poisonous stuff in the alcohol. There was benzene. We've spoken about this before. That's a fucking carcinogen. That's one of the things in fracking fluid. Okay, this is incredible. They say there was mercury. The government put mercury in alcohol to try to get you to stop having it. And they say there was this list of formulas that's heart-stopping horrible. But in particular, they put more wood alcohol or methanol because their own tests showed bootleggers couldn't get it out. It's too closely bonded to the drinking alcohol. So do you understand that, man? That's amazing. So they tried to poison it in other ways with like benzene and mercury and shit. And then the bootleggers, to protect their business and their customers, they said, okay, we got to figure out a way to get the benzene out and get the mercury out. And they largely succeeded. They could purify the alcohol in a way so that you can minimize the risk of the poison that was put in there by the government. But then what happened afterwards? They said, oh, we have a foolproof way of dealing with this. Let's go ahead and add methanol, and they can't filter it out. So people will drink and they'll die. The article continues. They say, quote, people started dying right away. There was this wash of super poison alcohol turning up everywhere because it was the only stuff someone could get. Oh, God, these motherfuckers are so evil, man. They're so evil. So what was the total body count? You're not going to believe this. About 10,000 people died. How'd that work out, government? They tried to stop people from drinking, and they just said, fuck it, we'll drink and then we'll die. Because they don't know. They don't know how much they drink before they get sick. I mean, how irrational is the government in this respect? Now, all of the people who died, might I add, are poor. That shouldn't surprise you. Now, why is that? Because the rich were able to smuggle in the good stuff from the Caribbean, and oftentimes it would come from Europe and go to the Caribbean, and then they would get it, or they would get it from Canada. So I love that, too. There's always been a war on the poor. Right? In the 1920s, it was like, well, yeah, don't let the little people who don't make any money, please, they can't have alcohol, poison them for all I care. Anyway, get me my scotch. I would like a sip of my scotch from the Caribbean. Oh my God, how fucked up are these people? Now, to add on top of this, quote, the government was trying to get rid of marijuana plants in Mexico, and they sprayed plants with this herbicide that they thought would kill them. But it didn't kill them at all. What it did was load the plants with poison. The government basically said, oh, well, this was basically the government response to the poisoning in the 1920s. Quote, oh, well, you're an evil lawbreaker. If you get poisoned, that's your problem. So the government quite literally went out of their way to poison the alcohol during Prohibition, and people died as a result of it. 10,000 people died. And they also poisoned the marijuana and said, hey, if you fucking do the drug, it's your problem anyway. You deserve to die. Whew. Add this to the list of WTF, son. Whether it's the Tuskegee experiments, which was insane and was an actual conspiracy. Operation Northwoods, an actual conspiracy. And super fucked up. Bay of Pigs, same thing. The list goes on and on. All these fucked up things the government did. Look, oftentimes, actually, I'd say probably... in a majority of cases, the government, they don't mean to be evil. They're just corrupt, and then it manifests itself in a way that looks evil, right? They're just corrupt, and they don't care, and then a whole bunch of fucked up shit happens. And then they rationalize it like, well, we didn't mean to be bad. We meant to be good, and it was just, we thought we were doing the right thing, and et cetera, et cetera. But on an issue like this, you're bordering like it's actually nefarious. Like you're fucking sitting in smoke-filled back room twisting your evil mustache like, "Mwah, yes, kill them because they like alcohol." Mwah. It's amazing, man. Every time you think that certain things aren't debatable, like the freedom to put in your body whatever you want to put in your body, not only do people disagree, they disagree enough to kill you.